Hi again, I'm Carlos from Fabtcg, and this is another episode of Meets Back on the Menu Boys, where I go through my Tarisar Rhinar games. I try to analyze them to improve from my previous games, and I try to understand what went wrong, what were the lines that I could have taken differently, and try to improve, as I said, my game, and hopefully give some helpful information for any Rhinar player or any Brute player. So this is another episode. Let's go with a game against Florian. So here we are again with another episode of Meets Back on the Menu Boys, and this time we're playing against Florian. Tough matchup. Earth heroes are tough for Rhinar and Brute in general. Here I am choosing my sideboard. Again, yellow Backwild should be in the main deck all the time. So now I am choosing 2 more cards, and against Florian I would say that Song of Sinew is not needed. Popping with lots of D-reacts may not be the best. A strategy, then we can choose. Sometimes we can choose to play with only 1 popping or 2 poppings, not the 3 of them. And Splatter Skull is difficult to hit, and even if he hits, Florian is happy to play with only 1 or 2 cards in their turn. So again, we are not using a Splatter Skull. Erase Face, same reason as for Verdance. Maybe it's not that relevant. Maybe I should play Erase Face against them. Here, since I go first, I put second copy of Tearling from Limb and 1 copy of Thick High Hunter. I'm not sure if this is the correct strategy, but this is what I've played, and let's see how it goes. We are playing without Arcane Barrier against Florian. I think we should go face as fast as possible, and here we drew a not so good hand. Here I decided to overpitch for the Ravenous Meataxe. I'm not sure if this is a great idea, since we can draw this card and probably discard our Fabtcg. That is a great arsenal target, and we will miss having a great arsenal target. Should have probably sent just the Vigorous Smash Up, the red one, or even not doing anything at all, not allowing Florian to block with any earth cards, and having already earth cards in their graveyard for them to decompose. But here I decided to play Ravenous Meataxe. Again, let's see how it goes, but it doesn't seem like a great idea. Exactly why this is what happens. We discarded our Fabtcg, and now we are left with 2 poor arsenal targets, Alpha Instinct and Rocket Romp. Again, we allowed Florian to get 2 earth cards in the graveyard, so please don't do that. Don't ever do that. I decided again to not arsenal one of the 2 blues that I had in hand. Probably we should have arsenaled Alpha Instinct, but I decided not to put a 3-cost attack in my arsenals since we don't run many blues and we already saw 3 blues. We normally play between 8 and 10 blues, so we already saw 3 of them. It's difficult to get more blues, and that's why I don't wanted my arsenal to get stuck, but probably the first decision was the main problem here. I should have just attacked with the vigorous smash up, or even not attack at all and have the bear fangs in arsenal. So we started already with some mistakes here. Florian didn't penalize as much. Why? Because they only gain 2 life and sent a command and conquer, so our arsenal is safe, and they are probably keeping a D-react in arsenal or any power attack like plow under or flying on the ground. So we are not that bad for our miserable, I would say, start. We drew Best Within and Busy Within and Wall Ride, and we have blues, so let's start with Wall Ride. Again, we are not that lucky. We discarded Savage Fist, which is better to have in hand, of course. So now we are attacking for 6, go again, and we can send here the Beast Within or Alpha Instinct, it doesn't matter. Now that I think of it, it's probably better to keep Beast Within in the deck. It blocks, it pitches, and it allows us to have more like wider turns instead of Alpha Instinct. It's true that 2 more blues in deck are great, but since we already pitched 2 blues, the first Alpha Instinct, or sorry, the Tearling from Limb, or the Alpha Instinct, and then another Record Romp. Maybe if we send Alpha Instinct here, we have Beast Within in our deck. I don't know if this will reach the second cycle, probably not, because of our game plan and because not having Arcane Barrier. But yeah, that's another thing to keep in mind here. So we are just sending 6 points of damage that are not representing any on hit effect. So Florian is happy to trade. And here we are just playing their game, although they kept 1 card. This is probably gain life card. So here I'm thinking about blocking with 1 card. Here I decided to block with Silex. That's one of our key cards. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna present some disruption with some packing and keep our Bear Fangs in arsenal, but I'm not sure if this was correct. Another possibility was to send Bear Fangs with the Silex in hand, trying to get it discarded and profit later on from the RAM token. So yeah, here I assume I would play, send back in to get some information. So it was not a D-React, it was, as I said, a power card from Florian. They couldn't play it the first turn because they only had two cards in their graveyard, and now they can get it back and start the eruption and their mid-range game plan. Here we are playing the Florian game plan, and this is not going very well for us. Okay, so here we have a powerful hand together with our arsenal, and the Florian player did not play the Felon of the Crown here, so we could play Sand-Sketched Plan after blocking with Savage Sash and Beaten Trackers, and maybe grab a Silex or probably a Skullcrack or even another Beast Within to have multiple actions, and together with the Bear Fangs and the Savage Feast try to have big turn already. So let's see what I did here. Again, there are many possibilities here. We can play Florian game plan, but yeah, this seems the correct line for me now that I rewatch it. Let's see if I did what I just said now. I went for the second Beast Within, apparently. That's great for us, we discarded it. We just got a yellow, 2 action points, and I decided not to break, I guess, the Beaten Trackers yet, because we have 2 action points. So we go for Savage Sis here. Okay, this is interesting. I started with Swim Big for 8 with 1 more action point. We could have started with Burfangs or even with Savage Fist, but here, since we're sending the Swim Big first, we are allowing Florian to block with their headpiece. They will discard we will discard a card from hand, and this will allow us to discard the Beast Within, get 1 more Intimidate, get 1 extra card, and let's see how it goes later. But yeah, I think this is the reasoning for sending Swim Big first. Also, if you send Burfangs, you can discard your Beast Within, your Swim Big or your Savage Fist, so you want your power cards in your hand. You don't want them to be discarded. So here I go for Swim Big. Let's see how the opponent blocks. If they don't block with their headpiece, we can follow this attack with Savage Fist, destroying Beaten Trackers, drawing 2 cards because of Savage Fist and Beast Within. So here the opponent didn't block with the headpiece, so now we are free to go. The opponent doesn't have any more cards in hand, so we need to leak and push as much damage as possible. We have to remember that we destroyed our Savage Sash, so we need to get as much value as possible from this play. We got a Swim Big from the Beast Within, and now we have 1 more action point, and we have too many resources, and too many attacks, and I'm not sure this was the correct play here. It's true that we hit for 8, 6 and 8 with 2 intimidates. We're pushing a big chunk of damage here, but probably before we should have played Burfangs. That goes for 8. Intimidating another card. It's true that they didn't have any other card in hand, but it will be 8. And then depending on the card discarded, we could have gone for Beaten Trackers, another attack, but well, we didn't draw any natural go again attack for this beautiful blue that we have in hand, but it's okay. We are keeping our Burfangs in arsenal. The opponent is at 22 already, and okay, this is a bittersweet feeling. We have a great arsenal target, we have a blue, we have 6s, we have Blood Rush below, but we don't have a go again card, and no ram, no agility, no Beaten Trackers here available for us. So let's see how we play this turn cycle. The opponent will decompose some cards, so they will start getting value from their hero and from their cards. Here we are asked to sink one card, and probably Alpha Instinct is the first one that goes away because of the no block. It's a pity that it's a blue but with no block value. And here we could, as I see here, bluff with 2 cards, trying to preserve some life, not using our Blood Rush, and instead pitching it away for our Burfangs. Probably that's a great solution, since we didn't have any ram, agility or Beaten Trackers available for us. So here we're trying to preserve our life and blocking 6 and sending 8. Another play here would have been to send just Ravenous Meataxe for 5 and keep our Burfangs in arsenal, but Florian didn't play any Plow Under yet, so we are trying to be as aggressive as possible. Florian fully blocked this Burfangs, and now we are kind of sad because we don't have a blue for sending this Assault and Battery, discarding a 6 and get the ram and the agility. So let's see how we play this turn. We decided to just pretend we had a blue. We pitch a yellow and a red, and we send just 6, which is not bad. We needed to create those go again generators because we don't have the Beaten Trackers for an on-demand go again. So now this is where our plan is not going as well as we thought or as we wanted, since we were drawing non go again hands, and now that we just created our on-demand go again, we just drew Wild Ride and a yellow back wild. We are not that lucky. So let's see how this goes, because Florian is starting to reach their decompose limit here, I would say, and they are hitting us for 8, which is not bad at all. Probably if we have a GDT token, we should start with Ravenous Meataxe always, because we get the +2 value plus the Intimidate. So the opponent is facing now 5 go again, which apparently is not blocking, or is blocking with a D-React that had in hand that we didn't intimidate. And now we can follow with a Wild Ride, hopefully discarding anything but the yellow Backbile that just got discarded again. This game is showing us how the deck can be, perform if the deck discards and plays how it should be. We are great. If not, like now for example, we just discarded our Go Again, natural Go Again card, and we are keeping the same bad card in arsenal. I don't know if this time I will arsenal or not, but now Florian is already decomposed. We are 21 at 21. They have their equipment, their full equipment available, and here they are just starting their incredible value, and it's just how can I say, a countdown, because we do not have Arcane Barrier. So here I decided to go as aggro as possible. We have 2 blues, 1 tier limb from limb. We have a Reckless Stampede, which is amazing against Earth Heroes because they want to block, and being able to send a Reckless Stampede for 14, it is amazing, or should be amazing. Let's see how it goes. And again, not lucky enough, because we discarded our Reckless Stampede and we are left with meh cards, I would say. We could send here Ravenous Meataxe, but we would lose all the value from the tier limb from limb. We could discard our Agile Wind Up for having a Go Again later, but here I just decided to, okay, send 12 after 1 Intimidate, and let's call it a day. This game is not going as planned. Florian is blocking a lot. They have many D-Reacts and they are getting so much value from their hero text plus their equipment and hero cards. And now this is almost game, I would say. We are too low here, and this is not looking great. Our hand does not do much. We should probably be blocking here. Yeah, exactly. Getting 1 resource and try to get as much value as possible from our hands now and try to reach 12 or 13 points of damage against Florian to be able to have a huge turn, combo turn, Now I try to force here some damage. Again, we are discarding our go again cards. We are hitting 5 go again, and we can just follow up this attack with another 6 vanilla damage. Yeah, I decided to attack with this agile wind up and try to pressure our opponent as much as possible, but since they have already their decompose, they can just block and send rune chants back. Again, not so great hand. We have 3 reds, Blow Rush, Bellow, and this is going for 2 arcane damage and 8 points of physical damage. We could try to fully block here. And just try to, I don't know, survive. But I think that this is done for us. We didn't get to put so much pressure on Florian, so they played their game. We didn't, so now we are just facing our death. And yeah, I'm probably thinking if blocking with Apex Bonebreaker for having that extra might and then send Meataxe, or just fully block Florian and not use the Apex Bonebreaker. Maybe I am thinking as well, I would think about Arsenal in this Blow Rush and try to survive their next turn and try to kill them with a Blow Rush Velo in Arsenal and maybe a great hand. So let's see what I did here. Yep, so we are trying to set up if possible. We have a blue, we have a go again. The opponent is sending us 2 plus 4 go again. We can block here for 4, exactly what we did, and preventing Command and Conquer, Felling of the Plow Under, or any other attack that will almost kill us immediately. Here we are forcing them to just attack with their weapon. That will come for 3, we will be down to 1, and hopefully we are able to kill them from 14 with our Blow Rush Bellow in Arsenal, hopefully keeping wall ride or drawing another one. So let's see how this game goes. At the end, as I said, we block here and then we just take this 3 damage. We could have blocked with Vigorous Smash Up to get the information from the top of our deck and get the Vigor token for the Blow Rush in Arsenal, but then we have a Sand Sketched plan. So if we play the Blow Rush with the resource that we have floating from the Vigorous Smash Up and we discard the Sand Sketched plan, the game is over. We could have probably go for that more aggressive or not so traditional or not safe line, but we kept our 4 cards, so I believe I will pitch with our blue here and let's see how it goes. Okay, there's we are not that bad here. We kept our wall right. We have 3 yellows, 2 resources floating, and we will attack for 8. Go again. Hopefully discarding our Silex. Let's see how it goes from here. We discarded another yellow, so that's okay, but it's not enough for us to kill them here, because we can just send another 8, and if we don't kill them now, we are already dead. And I already say good game here. Again, we discarded 2 cards, we intimidated 2 cards, and they kept 2 cards in hand, and those cards were the reacts. So this is fully blocked, and yeah, this game is over. It was over some turns ago, and yeah, we will just probably send 8 here and GG, because we couldn't play our game. We just played the Florian's game here, so now we are facing again, as I said, our death, rune chant, and we just died here. Well, I think maybe our first turn 0, that decision maybe cost us the game. I'm not sure about it, but definitely starting the game without Arsenal against having a Burfangs in Arsenal changes a lot. We were not lucky with our discards, and then Florian played as they are intended to play. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the game anyway. I learned quite a lot from this game, and please leave me a message or any comment down below if you liked the game or you want to talk about this deck or the game or even the list. So thank you so much. Till next time.